Greetings, I am Lies and I use she, her.
And I am Scandal and I use they, them.
And let's play a game together. Yes, let's do this. If this is what you have decided, Doctor, I will not stop you.
You better come back to me, okay? Don't get cozy over there. You still have a lot more to do, will ya?
She finally speaks. She was here the whole time.
We were right.
Nothing.
I was like, why would you do that? It's fine. I promise, Portia. I'll come back.
It's a promise I myself can't keep, but someone else might keep it for me.
Right, and Nadia, thank you. Thank you for allowing me to unalive myself for the possibility that this may or may not work and also have an accessibility through magical means. I don't know. I still like my theory, honestly, that it's just that the hanged man doesn't like Asra. Because they don't like the magician.
Right.
So it's like, if you're going to say, well, they're notorious to get... No, that's just Asra.
They're really difficult to get a hold of. Actually, UMC have had a sort of biased experience because they don't like your master. He don't like your master.
I like that one. I mean, like...
I'm also just like, I'm still fixated on the Nadia's a tyrant if she doesn't let Julian hang himself in public.
Yeah.
Like, the dichotomy here is, if I stop you from killing yourself in public, I'm a tyrant taking away people's rights.
Oh, damn!
And I'm like, how do you come to that conclusion, dear?
Right. I mean, like, if you want to have a greater, like, conversation about basically the morality and involvement of unaliving yourself and how it matters in regards to a public experience, yeah, we can have that conversation. That's a dark conversation, but we should have it.
I was going to say, this game is bringing it up.
Yeah, thank you. Nadia nods, and then clears her throat just as a clock chimes overhead.
Is there a clock in the dungeon?
Happening!
Clock in the dungeon.
Clock dungeon? Honestly, though, I love that concept. Welcome to the Colosseum! We also keep time here. Isn't it an excellent timepiece? We got it over from fantasy Swissland.
I know, right? Also going, that'd be great because, you know, the guard's going, oh, the clock's going off. Ooh, lunch break.
Right? Who does that sort of noise? That's so goofy.
I believe you're...
Also, abandoned building. You don't keep your clocks running, which actually would require more manual care and maintenance. In a building you have literally fucking abandoned.
Unless they're suggesting somewhere overhead means out there in the city and you can hear it down here in the dungeon.
You know how loud that would be?
Oh my god. Anyway.
That'd be astronomically loud.
Yes, it would. Everybody who lives near the clock tower, all deaf. It's
because the thing is, you have to consider that we are below ground. We are in earth.
Stone.
In stone and earth. Not unlike the Tower of London, which was elevated, and basically it was just a building.
It projects sound across the top of the, everything, not down into the ground.
Yeah, no. What the fuck? It's okay.
I believe your show was about to begin, Doctor. You went from, I don't know what to think about this, to, well, let's make it theatrical real fast.
Even though it's like, she looked a little sort of, your show is
your show. But still using that language of trying to be like, let's just make it a performance. Good luck. And don't be late. Don't be late. He's going to walk himself to the gallows and no one will find that suspicious with no guards, no escort, no nothing. Just like, me leaving the dungeon.
Walking downtown, going fast to my little hangman's noose. Here we are, everybody. Watch me going around. Everyone love me. Hello. I'm good friends with the executioner. How you doing? Hello.
I slide.
Marvelous in black. So do I.
Let's say, slides into the town
square. It looks better in red, though, don't you think?
And then just waltzes up there, guards. Wait, isn't someone supposed to be with him?
Yeah, this would be the fucking weirdest thing.
So weird.
Like, also, again, like, I know Julian is supposed to be a, quote, interested at least in acting, but, like, quote, good actor is questionable.
Theatrical.
It's theatrical.
It's very theatrical.
It's real, but... So, my kind of acting, I'd be like, he's a great Shakespearean actor, but, like, a realistic actor, which was actually not a thing they did years ago, at all, in at least Europe, when we're largely talking about Britain here, they don't have realistic acting. You had what was...
Larger than life.
Larger than life. You had very specific gestures, actually, that went along with, this is the grief gesture, this is the mourning gesture. Like, they were very posed.
It was very pantomimed.
Yeah, so we all file out of the dungeon, one by one, to meet Julian's fate together.
Oh, do we escort him to the hangman's noose? Nadia, who is not under the keep of guards anymore and has no one with her escorting her at all except for a magician's assistant, and
even if they look freaky and like frightening as hell.
Yeah,
they
don't matter. I was gonna say, Corazon just kick everyone's ass.
Yeah. I don't.
Oh, here we go. Dark Horizon.
Start.
Quick.
Chapter 1. Dark Horizon. Fireworks light up the sky. A mixed cheer ripples through the crowd. Why would you be wasting fireworks on this shit?
Hang on. Fireworks light the sky. Is the sky dark? Not fireworks are in the sky. They light it.
Can't you tell it's nighttime?
Was he
Would
going to
you
be
have to
executed
waste
at
the
nighttime?
night? No, he wasn't.
I thought this
And
was
this
in the
looks
middle
very
of
much
the
like
day.
the daytime.
It does, but we know that the pictures don't match the story sometimes.
That's true. Or that bird literally, I mean, I might consider at this point that they're taxidermied.
It's okay. I'm still just I ship this little bird with a pigeon. They hang out.
The crow and
crow
the
and a pigeon. Yep.
Honestly, yes.
They're an odd couple. They're fine.
Yeah. I'm also really disappointed that we don't see more pigeons in these stories. But then again, like, that's just because I know about, our own history with, honestly, cultures going, pigeons are great to have as messenger birds and,
I still want to know, is that supposed to be a statue of Lucio?
I would laugh. I think it's supposed to be.
Oh my god.
Which is really funny because there are no other horses in this game, and you would think that, like, if he's gonna, here's me, and you're gonna go for the real war, conquer, your horse is a big fixture of that. Because a horse represents virility, manliness, your ability, your ability to be a man.
In his other paintings, you'd think they'd be horses, or this statue would be of just him.
Yes.
All right.
Fireworks like the sky. So we're during the day wasting fireworks on
Not
the sun,
lighting the sky, just decorating it.
decorating the sky.
Because it should already be light during the day.
And Julian's body lies still at the bottom of the stalks. So we completely skipped him killing himself.
Everything. And we also skipped how we got here, how this started, because it's not about him.
It's not.
We all walked together, maybe. Or he took himself, maybe. We don't know.
Who knows?
This played out however it did. The crowd responded however they did. And they really hung, I guess, they hung him and then they dragged his body over to the bottom of the stalks?
I guess.
All right, it's fine. Guards, collect the body and bring him to the palace for inspection. Inspection? What does that mean?
It's okay. I'm waiting for somebody to go, what? Like, I really actually want this to be weird. Like, some guard to be actually surprised. Be like, I'm so sure. Bring his body for inspection. Somebody, what?
As coroner, I must we've thoroughly examined her. And she's on. Yes, we're gonna thoroughly examine him. It's fine.
Beside us, Portia lets out a muffled sob. Nadia reaches out, placing a hand gently on her shoulder.
I will keep him safe, Portia. With any luck, he is meeting the hanged man now.
Again, still that thing of going, the only other person she will touch is Portia, and I am weirded out by it.
Well, again, if she's trying to establish something profound, distinctive, unique, meaningful with your MC, but she treats Portia exactly the same, then it shouldn't be super valuable or distinctive to your MC other than to go, that's how she treats her prized servants.
Right.
People she does not think of as friends or cohorts, because she has made it really clear she doesn't think of Pasha that way with her words and her actions, except I will touch Pasha all the time. So going, okay, as much as at the very beginning of this we were sort of explicit about I'm into you, you're kind of into me, we could do something with this, your behavior towards me, all of this touching stuff isn't about that. That's just what you do for your servants when they are close to you, which you only have one, so I use that 1 point of data to transmute to me.
That sounds so... I have 1 point of data, and damn it, I'm going to use it! Like,
but also, only 1 point exists. She doesn't have any other servants.
I know, except for the fact that I know they've mentioned other servants, because we've talked about,
Well, there are other servants in the castle, but they're not hers.
Which is weird, because they should be hers, because Lucio is dead. Who are the other servants there for?
Well, they're
the dogs. They're there for the dogs.
They're for keeping the castle. So they work for her, but they don't do shit straight for her, except for the bath attendant. The bath attendant always works directly for her.
Yeah, but why is she not touching them?
Because she ignores. They're so good at being innocuous, she forgets they exist.
Oh my god.
But signs their paychecks anyway.
I know, right? Who's this? Alright, you'll give them a couple quid, it's fine. Nadia wraps an arm around Portia, another around me, and gently leads us both away from the spectacle.
Again, often she treats physically the two of you exactly the same. The only thing is we don't see her kissing Portia, but she's never kissed us in public, so we could all just assume she does that in private.
She's kind of kissed us in public, because remember we had that reaction going like, what are you doing?
Oh, she did that once.
She did.
It was like a quick peck kind of thing.
Yeah, but it was weird.
It was weird, but again, we could assume, based on the fact that most of the kissing and stuff has happened in private, and how she's handling Portia, that happens with Portia too.
Yeah. Yeah. Away from the spectacle. Corazon.
Goodbye.
Why? Stop touching me.
What are we doing?
Stop hurting me.
No, I'm hurting. I'm cuddling. I'm supporting you. No, you're not. You're trying to support yourself on me.
It's just stop. All we can do for Julian now is wait and hope.
All three of you go over there and stand by the body at the bottom of the stocks.
Waiting.
Cross your arms, look like a girl gang, and just wait.
The most girl gang.
Well, that's what you look like that, you know, just because
I see.
one of you looks like a hell of a, I'll tear your fucking face off,
Right.
and the other two are very femme.
I see. The palace is predictably rowdy when we reach the gates, with final preparations for the masquerade now in full swing. Which is totally fair, and you can completely have that dissonance because, again, as we've talked about before, hangings largely, as far as we understand them, were used as entertainment.
Were a public spectacle, and they weren't a dramatic, serious event. They were, things happening. Now, the fact that, you know, half of the city loves him, thinks that they might...
I think it'd be a mild riot.
There would be some level of, we're not going to a fucking masquerade or we're going to crash the party because you just killed someone that we believe in, whatever. On the other hand, also the trial was shit and no one complained. It's okay.
It's fine. We
Full
don't...
swing.
Nobody understands the trial, don't you know?
Right.
So
they don't use that law process, so they just go, yes, that's what it looks like.
And then they get angry because that also means that they were not heard. It's fine. Masquerade now in full swing. I did click.
Okay.
Thank you. Nadia clears her throat and looks down at Portia.
You realize you're short, and so I can't look at you any other way, right? Sorry. I will have his body sent to the third guest room in the West Wing. When he awakes, you should be there to greet him, should you not? I shall delegate the rest of your duties. Because you can't delegate them yourself. Oh my god, this is the first example of delegation that I've ever seen Nadia do. Remember how I've actually bitched at her for not doing delegation? Because she's like, I will do everything myself. And it's like, good. You do know what delegation is. You just can't do it for yourself. Damn it, woman.
Thank you, my lady.
Go! Sit with your brother's corpse quietly. It's fine.
Over there, where you're not emotional.
Over there, where, you know, the crowd of merry-making partiers won't bother you. We'll try not to play the band music too loudly.
I really do honestly feel like, though, that they really wanted to be like, Nadia's route is just a poly route. Because I think Nadia is also a lot more interested in Portia. Like, and that's fine. Like, the big thing that bothers me is that if it doesn't, it plays really heavily into tropes I hate the shit out of. Because I really don't like the, you know, we're besties. And
we're just besties and we just touch each other all the time. And we
but
only spend time with each other.
Touch anyone else.
And we never trust or spend time with anyone else. And we are each other's highest priority, but, you know, it's not gay.
Yeah.
There's no romance here.
I don't like it. It's fine.
I'm just like, Nadia, you know, we'll put you in a room far out of the way and hopefully the merrymaking and extreme enjoyment of the party won't bother you in your, waiting.
Grief.
I
mean, Portia makes a beeline for the West Wing, leaving us... Didn't she say east?
She said third something. So...
We're both having a problem going, why are we going to the West Wing? What the fuck?
Well, because the beast is about to get her. Shows up, Julian as the beast. I told you not to go to the West Wing! Screams.
I told you very much. Wait, what? Why am I naked?
It's okay, you've got fur. Where did that come from? Consequences for the hanged man. Why do I look like a Disney beast?
Hey!
It's okay, you're still a redhead. Oh, shit.
Oh, I really am, aren't I? I beeline for the West Wing, leaving us standing alone in the lawn of the palace.
On the lawn.
On the lawn.
Not in it.
I love sinking into its folds. Please embrace me. Be grass. Nadia looks around at all the chaos with a deep sigh and rubs at her temples while she's enveloped in grass.
Okay, but the whole thing of go outside and touch grass, go outside and be consumed by grass. Be enveloped by grass.
So if you want to talk about like being enveloped by grass, there's actually types of carnivorous grasses, as it were.
Absorbed by grass.
Yeah, which I think is really funny. And also, if you want to see like a really cute, it's not a grass, but they're called butterworts, and there's a whole range of them, and they look like basically little like what people go as the really cute rounded leaf succulents, right? So they look like they're part of that family, but like they're really cute, and they have little flower patterns and everything, and they're
in case you don't know, my friend loves succulents.
I like carnivorous plants.
You like carnivorous succulents? No, succulent carnivores.
The thing is they also usually require a lot of like care.
It's true. Too. Carnivorous plants are really cool pets. So the bridge between I have a fluffy or scaly or feathered animal,
right,
and or possibly a bug.
Yep.
I would say I have.
Which you could argue has scales.
I was gonna say, and over here I have a house plant.
Right.
You know, in the middle is a carnivorous plant, which needs more attention, care, and like. Not necessarily socialization, but interaction.
Yep.
Than a traditional houseplant, but not as much as something that can walk around.
Yes, because the big thing about carnivorous plants is you need to make sure that you watch their water and what kind of water you're giving them, the kind of soil that they're literally in, and also when they eat and what they eat.
Yes.
So as much as we go, oh, you could just feed them beef, you can actually hurt them.
You have to babysit them so they don't eat things they shouldn't be eating.
Mhm.
Because if they're not in their natural environment, they can eat things they should not be eating.
There's also the thing, too, that actually... shockingly, where people go, oh no, they'll solve your bug problem. No, they won't. They actually increase your bug problem because they smell delicious.
Because they are trying to attract more bugs to take care of themselves.
So if you ever go, I want to get a carnivorous plant, realize they will attract more bugs if you do not have a controlled environment for them.
They do.
They do.
If you don't just bring out food for them, they will bring bugs into your house. On the other hand, some of them smell nice.
Oh yeah, I mean, they can smell really good. So actually, so real brief, tiny segue of the rubbing of the head and sinking into grass.
Okay.
Was that there was a place that my dad and I went to, I believe in South Carolina, or it was like South Carolina or Georgia, where there was a guy who was actually working with scientists where they were studying basically the nectar of copper top pitcher plants specifically.
Okay.
So he had giant, huge field of copper tops, and they're gorgeous looking, right?
Yes.
But it was like, he was like, yeah, if you get a lot of the nectar on you, he would talk about, so he had a beard, right?
Right.
This individual had a beard. And he would talk about, yeah, you're just cutting all the tops off. He's like, you get a lot of like sticky juice on you. He's like, it can actually make you drunk.
Oh god.
So in larger quantities, it can actually affect you. It can actually numb your lips a little bit too. So he was kind of just talking about some of the characteristics. So I always just was like,
it makes the drug, it smells nice, makes the drugs drunk, and then it knocks them out.
Forever.
Yep. Well, it knocks them out, and then they get eaten.
Yeah. But
Did we wake up? No.
But it did. He's like, yeah, no, it smells really good, especially like when they're just in full, like, hello, I am gorgeous, Like, you could get a really strong smell, and especially when you walked into the enclosed greenhouses, it smelled so good.
That's great.
It was
That's
really cool.
All
Anyway.
right. Rubs her temples.
In the grass.
Rubs the grass. She needed to touch grass.
Her grasples.
It's okay. She takes off her glove. Grass, I missed you. All right. It seems the masquerade preparations have fallen apart in our absence. Corazon,
Quite apart, actually.
Sorry, quite apart. Corazon, I assess with my current skill that everything is in full swing. This is a fucking dumpster fire.
Everybody. If somebody who's ever been at the preparation for a party, yes. They start looking like that. It's called organized chaos.
They're all dumpster fires, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Unless you want the setup to be part of the performance, it's a dumpster fire. But we get things done.
But again, you're saying, it's all deeply disorganized. Nadia, there is no way you're going to be able to go around to each person individually and tell them exactly how they should do it and how to be basically on point, and then have them maintain that state that you have told them to put upon themselves.
In our
absence. A frazzled servant runs up to us from across the lawn, cheeks splattered with sickly green paint.
What were you using that for?
Hamanite has a disaster. One of the gazebos, they accidentally painted a chartreuse, not champagne.
I see. My word. That does sound like a disaster.
So they painted it green. They painted chartreuse, not red. Because champagne is really dark. Like the champagne color.
Champagne is golden.
The thing is
champagne paint for a wall is a goldeny, like...
Is it actually? Because I swear I've also heard of champagnes that are done as red.
No, that's wine. For paint colors, specifically paint colors.
Oh.
It's going to be your champagne is your golden yellow. It's going to be in there. Okay. I was going to say, and your wine is going to be your reds and your more burgundy kind of things, and it will be in that range of reddish purple. Okay. But just from being around tons of paint samples and doing like actual painting with house paint.
Okay.
Paint.
I swear I've seen somebody even just recently, which is why my brain was like, so red? Because somebody described the color as a champagne red. Even though we've actually had that discussion going, and I will say, feel free, I know you guys probably went, oh my god, but you said that champagnes only come in these colors, so I understand. But, it really was because I've seen somebody do it, and I was like, okay, I'll believe you. You could theoretically have someone go, I named this color of red as champagne red. But that doesn't mean that it is.
I was going to say, however, I was going to say, and the thing is none of the colors actually are the colors, they're all just social structures. Sort of like when someone says skin tone, and it's completely racist.
Yes.
Because...
it's a skin tone. You mean white?
You say, what skin tone? And they go, what do you mean? Your skin tone. And you're going... So you mean white person colored?
Right? Are we talking Caucasian? Is that what we're doing?
You can't say people are racist. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And you're canceled.
So no. I apologize.
You can't say paint colors are racist. They're canceled. Canceling paint colors immediately.
I mean, it has actually been a thing that some people have actually pointed out. I think it was Crayola who did it a while ago, where they're actually like, here, skin color. And they actually did like a whole huge range of them. They were like, skin color.
They did. Every single one of them was called skin tone, and there was like 15 different shades. It was really good.
And I was deeply charmed by it.
I loved it.
So also, again, I feel bad about talking about it in some ways, because you're also like, you're a corporation, you're trying to make money, some of it does feel kind of performative.
On the other hand, people in our society can't make shit like that for free and just make it widely available and seen, so that.
No, but it's the woke brand problem.
But it happened a long time ago, before work brand was popular. Like, that happened back in like the late 90s, early 2000s?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so
no,
before
because
it was-
remember also a bunch of people got seriously pissed. So sorry, we're talking about U.S. social issues
Yep.
again. Here we go. All right, another servant runs up, covered in feathers and claw marks, their hair falling out of two messy buns. Usagi, what are you doing here?
My lady, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to, but the peacocks, they're loose. Oh.
Useless giant birds.
Yes. Loose. Are you not the peacock
Oh my God.
wrangler? Wrangler of peacocks. Have you not wrangled them? I'm
This is a reference to a joke.
I am a
that
peacock
I-
wrangler, wrangler of peacocks. I will wrangle them.
Yeah, I'm like, it's that joke, though. I'm trying to remember what the joke is from, but my brain is like, I know I've seen this one before.
But, I mean, as a joke, it can be very cute. Right
Yes.
now, it sounds like you're condescending this poor person.
Yeah, kind of.
Aggressively.
Before Nadia can take another breath, a third servant stumbles up, tears in their eyes, because they literally have no other authority
I was
at
gonna say,
all.
because she hasn't...
They have no head servants, they have no,
There's no coordinators, there's no event organizer, there's no nothing. It's me, or go to Portia, and there's 0 other people in leadership positions. People complain about too many people trying to be the leader. In this case, there are 0 leaders, and no one will take on leadership or direction while Nadia is gone. And so, when Nadia and Portia are both out to watch, Julian die, nothing can be helped at
Nothing
any
can
point.
be done. What do we
Or
do?
we all try and do it by ourselves, and we're useless without direction
Mm.
and leadership.
Tears in their eyes.
My lady, one of the chickens in the petting zoo, it ate my mandolin. My mandolin. One at a time, please.
That makes me sad, though, because we never actually get to hear mandolins playing.
Play my mandolin.
No, but I mean, like, in the music, I know it's the free music, you guys, I get it. I gotta use my imagination, but I'm like, but now I want mandolin music that's free. That you guys would have used, because that means you had mandolins.
It's true.
Across the grass, I can see a baker covered in flour approaching it, too.
Because none of us can actually, again, be competent at any of the things we're doing without immediate leadership and supervision.
Yes, approaching as well.
And we're
Approaching
all
too.
going to encroach on, and the biggest problem is going to be we're all going to encroach on each other's spaces and functions, so we can't even do it well ourselves, even if we would have been, because other people are in our way.
Nadia looks completely overwhelmed. Without thinking, I take her hand and start running, pulling her away from the confused-looking servants.
What?
What? No, I
Why?
don't.
Oh my god. You know what? Your party's going horribly and everyone's overwhelmed and there's no leadership. Instead of letting you do your job or supporting you, I remove you from the situation. Or going, why don't you delegate someone else to lead this? Or many other people.
Again,
to
this
lead
just makes Nadia feel more incompetent to me.
And I get that she's supposed to be a little bit like, there's a lot going on and I'm just having a hard time handling it all. But she's not like stricken with grief by Julian's death.
No, she's fine.
She really is. So the overwhelmed by...
She might feel weird and guilty because you just saw somebody die and you have now more of a slightly personal connection to it because, that's Portia's brother.
But we haven't explored any of that.
No, I know. Like, so just straight on from the text alone,
She
she
looks
seems
completely
fine.
overwhelmed. Why? She should be able to handle this no problem.
Yeah, she's done this before?
She has organized events, she has talked to people, she has directed this. She's also, as far as we can tell, the one who actually hired every single one of these people, planned every single one of their activities, and designed the entire party by herself, the whole masquerade, without the help of her sisters, without the help really of Portia, anybody. While she's been doing this investigation with you, she also has done everything from organizing the catering to the entertainment to this, to everything.
This is really weird.
It's super weird. And then your MC is just like, you know what? You look completely overwhelmed doing the
Here,
job
let's
that you've set for yourself, and I'm going to remove you from it instead of help you complete it or support
I have
you.
decided what the problem is, and I have decided the action to take, and now I'm going to do it.
To solve
Without
it.
basically your consent. That's cool. So the answer is Corazon does not do this.
No, that's crazy.
Because this is ridiculous.
Also, Corazon doesn't run.
Yes.
Corazon, what are you
Made up character B.
Yum.
A loud squawk in front of us. One of the peacocks on the loose. Squawk or just
Bird noise.
bird noise? I dart to the side, sprinting across the lawn, and pull us in. I dart to the side, sprinting across the lawn, and pull us into the safety of the garden maze, because this is a different character. I don't know who this is. This is not
it is
Corazon.
the MC that was written, because you can't really just have whatever you like.
Yep. For a moment, we both lean against the hedges, catching our breath. Nadia glances over at me, and then bursts into laughter.
My savior! Because I didn't actually want to do my job at all in that moment, I guess. That was some quick thinking, Corazon. This doesn't sound like her.
Was it character or main
no,
character?
but like, this doesn't sound like Nadia.
No, I know it doesn't. This is
And going-
actually really weird because
Nadia has, I guess it leans harder into that I'm only performatively trying to do these tasks because I think it will make me finally like the type of valuable I think I need to do. I don't actually
or
want to do them.
likable.
I'd rather, well, it will make me on the same level as my sisters
Right.
so that I will not be lesser than them, which is what I care about. So I want to be a countess,
Which
and
is
I want to
funny.
be in charge, and I want to run the whole city, because then it proves that I'm as good as they are, if not better.
But
And-
again, we seem to have actually completely dropped that plot point.
Well, I
We
was
seem
gonna
to have weirdly resolved it, and it is over. I don't know what
that's
made...
gone away, but this would support that in the sense of going,
Yeah.
do you want to just laze in bed with me a bit longer? We could just go for a swim here. I don't actually want to be doing any of these things. But performatively, I need to and I must, so I'm going to. She gets dead serious and not excited. And when she's like, we need to do this thing.
Uh-huh.
And she tries to avoid it and put it off as long as possible in many cases. Taking the long route around, doing a joyride with horses, whatever.
Yeah.
Even the, let's make them wait. We'll be fashionably late. We'll let them sweat a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Is a level of, you could let them sweat for like 2 or 3 minutes. Now I'm going to go on a horse ride and play around. That is putting off your problems.
Yeah, that's a
She
lot.
doesn't seem like she wants to be doing this, and this enforces that sort of subtle narrative of, I actually don't want to be in charge of all this. I actually don't want to be making all
Do you
these
know
decisions.
what makes me feel terrible actually looking at this again?
Huh.
She seems like she's acting like how everybody described Lucio was like.
She does.
He avoided
Running away from his problems.
he avoided responsibility. He didn't know what was going on. Like, Nadia is all a lot of talk, but she's not a lot of action, and I'm actually really disappointed.
A lot more talk and a lot less action.
Uh-huh. So I don't... How is
Quick
she...
thinking.
That's again why I'm
Corazon.
really surprised, going like, I think honestly she got along a lot better with Lucio than anybody
Then she
ever...
likes to think.
Yeah.
And the thing is going, you guys definitely did have something or things you connected on. And then basically she encountered either a moral limiter or something if this didn't go the way I wanted it to, whatever it is. And
Damn, I whack things.
that's all right. And so at a point she went, I am unfulfilled, I feel unseen, and I don't like what you're doing. But again, she's also not talked about remembering anything of who and what he was.
Yeah, like I said,
So
there's
she
very
doesn't-
little also background information. So
She
we don't
seems like-
have exposition.
She seems like she wants to change a lot of his policies and things that he put in place and did, but she also wouldn't really know what any of those are because she doesn't remember.
Yeah.
Unless they were together for more than 3 years and she's just never talked about anything she remembers.
Mm-hmm. Well, the thing is this, no, it was 6 years, remember? She came here 6 years ago.
right, and
She
then-
remembers 3 years, but she doesn't remember the other 3 years.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Except for she still doesn't talk about those 3 years.
I know!
Ever.
That's what I'm saying, like, the level of, like, non-exposition here, let's have people who talk about, like, God, my last relationship, or here's this thing, or here's that thing, or
Well,
let's
it's
relate...
super, like, vague about Lucio. It's the, he was terrible. How?
How?
Uh-huh. I don't like him.
It's not
Why?
me going, challenging you, going, oh, I don't believe he was terrible, just going, oh God, share with me.
Well,
Let's
it's also-
vent, let's talk.
So many times people go, that's exactly like the what the fuck Lucio would do.
Yeah.
When something reminds you of them, and then you talk about a specific thing, not an in general, I found them distasteful.
Right? The laughter fades from her eyes, and I can see responsibility already beginning to weigh her down again.
What?
No.
Corazon would never do that. There's not even a question here.
Honestly, I feel like the character they have written would do it. But I don't want to do this, because that's not my character that I went, you said I could do this, and
Because I'm
the answer is
trying
no.
to play my own character here. And yes. First of all, me also, if I was ever doing the playing myself, I would never play hooky here. Also, though I wouldn't drag her away, I'd be like, let's deal with your responsibilities. This party has been the only thing you've cared about,
Uh-huh.
except for the catalyst to be allowed to have the party, which was find the murderer and deal with it.
So anyway, we're just going to head back, because no, and we should have never been here to begin with, so whoever this character is, we should head back. Nadia sighs and nods.
You're right. I cannot hide here for the entire masquerade. Plus, as far as you can tell, the masquerade will not happen at all because everything's a dumpster fire and no one can correct it because you're over here.
So that's what I'm saying also. Oh, well, you know, people will just figure shit out. I'm like, I've actually seen, though, bosses run away from stuff, and it makes me angry every damn time.
And then they get angry when you didn't just figure it out without them.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, sometimes people make it work. Other times, they don't.
They don't.
They literally do not have enough direction.
Or they also don't have enough information.
Well, that's what I mean.
You're assuming in a lot of cases, so like, what pissed me off about a lot of people, they'd be like, why didn't you figure it out? And you'd be like, because I don't have that information. I don't literally know what's going on. I only know my area.
From my own leadership experience, when I say direction, I mean information. Because it's what I need you to do is what it should look like is that kind of thing. And then going, what do you need from me to do this?
Yeah.
And you don't really have to do what do you need from me. You direct your team, and then if for any reason they have trouble, that's when you go, what do you need from me so you can do it? Like, the primary thing of leadership is making sure people know what's expected of them and how to do that with each other, because they're a team. And then that they can ask you when they get stuck, if they're the rest of their team, you know, if the people next to them don't know.
Yeah.
And that if they need some sort of accommodation or help or support, whether it's we just literally need more boxes, or we can't do this without having someone to switch people out for bathroom breaks.
Right.
Then you provide them that thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to tend to say we're going to have to find out where to hide from the masquerade in the next one.
Weird change of priorities here. All right, so thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. If you like what we do, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and also share our videos. It actually does a lot for us in regards to the YouTube algorithm. It makes us more obvious because they go, oh, people are interacting with the stuff. I guess then more people should watch it.
It makes us far more visible, even if you just stick a like on it.
Yes, absolutely. Also, please feel free to go check us out on our Ko-Fi and our Patreon and our Twitter and our Twitch. We would love to see you at any of those locations. There's links in the description down below. And I have been Scandal.
And I have been Lies.
And it was great playing with you. Bye!